Hello there. Uh, this is the continuation of the last class where we studied about clinical pharmacokinetics excretion. We focused on various paths of excretion. Especially, we explained or we spent much of our time in renal excretion, which is the main excretory pathway of the body. Now, today we are going to learn something about clinical pharmacokinetics, few concepts, few definitions. And after a few days we'll be having class on therapeutic drug monitoring. So let's get the balls rolling. Here we go. Okay, what is clinical pharmacokinetics? This is clinical and pharmacokinetics. Whenever it is clinical, then it's application of the knowledge in human. So it is application of pharmacokinetic principles for safe but effective treatment of human diseases. Pharmacokinetics, so with drugs. So it is around the concept of bringing safe and effective treatment, effective but safe treatment of human by application of the knowledge of pharmacokinetics of drugs. I think there's no problem understanding this concept. Okay, aim of clinical pharmacokinetics, as I have just said, efficacy without harm in human. That means this is achieved by keeping the plasma concentration within therapeutic window. What is therapeutic window? Therapeutic window is this. This is therapeutic window. This is therapeutic window. In between these two concentration, it is therapeutic window. So what is the higher level? Let's see what this is. We administered the drug here, drug concentration. This is suppose we are taking the drug intravenously here. We suppose drug concentration on the y-axis. So and this is the time, and this is only a conceptual diagram. So as we can see, minimum toxic concentration, that is minimum tolerable toxicity. For example, for paracetamol, it might be slight nausea, toxic concentration, but that is seen in the minimum. That is not hepatic toxicity, that is seen in the higher level. And minimum effective concentration. So before achieving this concentration, the therapeutic ends or the advantage of the drug is not derived before reaching this concentration. This is known as minimum effective concentration. For paracetamol, this might be relief of pain. So we bring the drug level in between these two, and this is known as therapeutic window. Minimum toxic concentration is the ceiling, and the bottom line that must be achieved is minimum effective concentration. Let's say this is 5, let's say this is only the 5 nanogram per deciliter, and this is 15 nanogram per deciliter. Then ideal dosing would be, yes, ideal dosing would be around 10 nanogram per deciliter. So this is the ideal therapeutics. This might be the aim of the clinical pharmacokinetics. So what is inappropriate dosing then? Inappropriate dosing is when the dosing is too high, in relation to too high, above the minimum toxic concentration, minimum tolerable or minimum okay, that's okay kind of toxicity. It is far above that, then it is known as the drug level becoming too high or inappropriate dosing. And why does this happen? Because patients, because the drug is given beyond the clearance capacity of the body. Clearance will be, the concept will be given just later, but for now what clearance is clearance is body's capacity to clear the body of that drug. Okay, if clearance is low, then toxicity will be there. If clearance will be high, then the effect, even the minimum effective plasma concentration will not be achieved. That means the clearance is so high related to the dose, such that the effective plasma concentration, even the minimum effective plasma concentration, is not achieved, and this is known as low dosing. This is low dose, and this is high dose. So both of these is inappropriate dosing, since they are beyond the therapeutic range. I think I made my point clear here. Okay, what is clearance? It's clearance volume per unit time. I'm sorry, like in the class I might have told you, like I may have mistaken by telling only volume, but it is cleaned volume, cleaned rate. It is a cleaned rate. It's just for understanding how much blood is cleaned off the drug per unit time. So this is the theoretical volume of plasma from which a substance is removed over a period of time. I repeat, let's forget about theoretical. You will be knowing it why it is called theoretical. It is the volume of plasma from which a substance is removed over a period of time. The volume of plasma cleared off the drug. Let's see with this example. For example, the plasma concentration is 4 molecules per liter. Just imagine in a pond, there are 4 molecules per liter, and we are excreting we are cleaning the pond at the rate of 4 molecules per minute. Then my question is, how much water is being cleared? It means 4 molecules is processed by 1 liter. Therefore 1 liter of water is being cleared off the OFF, of the molecules per unit time. That is, the clearance is 1 liter per minute. Again, excretion rate this time is 2 molecules per minute, and plasma concentration, or the concentration of the fluid, is 4 molecules per liter. If we clean 2 molecules per minute, then we are clearing how much water, how much fluid? Then we are clearing only half of this fluid, and half of this fluid is half liter. So if excretion rate is 6 molecules per minute and the plasma concentration is 3 molecules per liter, then in 1 minute we are clearing, yes, we are clearing 2 liter of water. So mathematically, how clearance is derived is by this formula. Rate of excretion, we place it above and divide by the concentration, and the resulting volume per unit time is clearance, or clearance rate. Clearance is always rate, clearance rate. Now, first pass elimination. What is first pass elimination? Look, first let's suppose we take food by orally, and this comes in here, and now here it is partly digested, and all through the while it is being digested, and the food, digested food, is absorbed by this these veins, and these are portal veins. So these are portal veins. So it is absorbed. So it absorbs. So where does it take? So it will take it through, it will take it inside the liver. So this whole thing will go inside the liver, and then it will go to the hepatic vein, and then to the hepatic vein, and then to the inferior vena cava. So it is the like in the stomach 100% will not be absorbed, and again in the stomach wall it may be metabolized, and then again in the portal veins it may get metabolized, and again in the liver it gets heavily metabolized. So only fewer than it was present in the stomach can make its way, will be successful to reach the inferior vena cava or the systemic circulation. So it is like giving lots of money to one person, and by the time it reaches the target group, the money will be taken in the way by different people, and the target people will, the targeted ones will get the less amount of money. Now you might have thought about, you might be thinking about something. I don't know, I don't want to explain what, but like you might have got some idea about it. So what I want to say is, all the money taken by those first hand people, all the metabolism done by these people on the path, all things on the path, is known as first pass elimination or first pass metabolism or pre-systemic metabolism. So it is defined as metabolism before the drug reaches the systemic circulation. So when we place the drug directly inside the systemic circulation by intravenous route, the first pass elimination is almost zero. But when we place the drug, for example orally, there are the beans, lots of beans are spilled on the way, and even when we give the drug intramuscularly before reaching the systemic circulation, many drugs might get bound in the surrounding tissue, or it might get metabolized by the surrounding tissue. So first pass elimination will be there as well, and so that is what I want to explain. So what is bioavailability then? Bioavailability is defined as the fraction of unchanged drug that reaches the systemic circulation. So why the unchanged drug might not reach the systemic circulation? Because 100% absorption may not be there. Again, there might be metabolism or destruction on the way. So the fraction of unreached drug reaching the systemic circulation following administration by any route is bioavailability. This is again the fraction of unchanged drug reaching the systemic circulation following administration by any route is bioavailability. Or in other words, through this diagram what we can say is, it is bioavailability, I don't know whether it is said or not, but in my words, in my terms, it is the leftover. It is the leftover that reaches the systemic circulation, because that are not taken or that are not eaten or not degraded by the path, or the leftover. This is the leftover that the target group, I am talking about the physical scenario in day-to-day life. This is the target, this is the money. Bioavailability is the money that the target person gets when it comes through a hierarchy or a long channel. There are lots of first pass metabolism. I think I have made my point clear here. Okay, so inhibition of P glycoprotein in gut wall by grapefruit juice may be may increase or decrease the viability? This is my question. This was my question to you. Since I have already told, P glycoprotein always tries to kick the thing out of our body. It will try to decrease the concentration in the body. It will always try to kick the thing out of the body. So when it is inhibited, of course the bioavailability will increase. So now BD concept, or volume of distribution. To clear this, I am placing this one example. For example, 3 gram of drug is added to a tank and it distributed homogeneously. The concentration of the resulting solution was 0.15 gram per liter. Tell me what is the volume of water in the tank. So to understand this, we go back to this unitary method to understand this. I don't want to use formula directly. I want to derive formula, in fact. So let's see. If the concentration in the tank had been 3 gram per liter, then the water have been it distributed in only 1 liter, because the concentration is 3 gram per liter. Okay, 1 liter. So if it has been 1 gram per liter, then this 3 gram distributed in more water, that is 3 liter. So, and if the concentration is 0.5 gram per liter, then it must have distributed among higher volume. So how can we get the higher volume? By dividing. So this tank, the volume of water in the tank is the volume of distribution, and this volume of the water in the tank that we calculated from the concentration of the solute in the fluid in the water that we calculated with by estimating from the concentration of the solute that we place inside the tank is volume of distribution. It will be cleared later. So for now, how we derive the volume of water in the tank, the formula would be, this is the amount of drug we kept as numerator and we placed the resulting concentration as denominator. So now again, let's suppose the body as a tank, and we place the 100 mg of drug intravenously, so that bioavailability is 100%, and we pull out the blood after instantly, and saw that the concentration is 5 milligram per liter. Now what is the volume of distribution? Assuming the same thing, the tank is the body. So here we calculate it as the same formula, the amount of drug, that is 100 milligram divided by the concentration, resulting concentration. So it would be 20 again. So however, 20 liter came out to be the volume of distribution. However, the volume, it does not correspond to the volume of fluid in our body, because there are various factors affecting. To clear one of them, actually the amount of body would be 42 liter in the body, around about 42 liter in the body for a 70 kg man, I suppose, assuming it to be 60%. So why it does not correspond to the volume of distribution, does not correspond to the total amount of body water. Okay, to understand this, chloroquine has volume of distribution of 15,000 liter, but there is no 15,000 liter in the body. Why? It happens so because there are various factors affecting. One of them is lipophilicity. The chloroquine sequesters into total body into the fat, so it will accumulate in the body. For example, this is the molecules of chloroquine, and what they but when they see this fat, they will sequester here, so they will concentrate over here. So what will happen is, here it would be diluted, and our formula is divided by the resulting concentration. Resulting concentration will be very low, and when we divide the same amount by the low resulting concentration, so the VD will be very higher, volume of distribution would be very higher, would be higher. And similarly, it is like, in my word, in that example, it was like in the tank, there is some brick, I suppose, and this brick absorbing all the drug. So what will happen? This brick absorbs all the drug. The resulting concentration in the tank will be lower, and when we divide the amount by the resulting concentration, the apparent volume of the tank would become very high. In our body, there are not only this one brick, not only this lipid, but there are also bones, there are also muscles, so they have different affinity for that drug. That's why it is not the real volume that we calculate from the plasma volume is not the real volume. So what it is? So it is as again it is the body, in fact, multi-compartmental, because there are different bones, fat, muscles, so different things, but still we calculate volume of distribution as if body is a single compartment from the plasma volume. That's why we don't call it the volume of distribution, we rather more appropriately call it apparent volume of distribution. So volume of distribution, also known as apparent volume of distribution, is the theoretical, that's why it becomes theoretical volume, that would be necessary to contain the total amount of administered drug at the same concentration that it is observed in the blood plasma. Theoretical volume that would be necessary to contain the total amount of administered drug. And for clearance also, we calculate it also from the volume of distribution, that's why it becomes apparent, because the body also clears it not only from the plasma, but there is dynamic relationship with the concentration in the other body fluids as well. I think you have understood it right now. I hope. Okay, now another concept, and this concept is that of elimination. Look, this is what you call, look, the drug A at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. 10, 5 gram, okay, this is per deciliter, let's suppose this is per deciliter, 10 gram per deciliter, 5 gram per deciliter, 2.5 gram, and it's decreasing, and it's also decreasing, So what is the drug A used at different concentration? Drug A used at different concentration. So what is the similarity between the next drug concentration, though we use at any initial concentration? What is the relation between the time drug concentration for any initial concentration? Yes, as you have said in the class also, the constant fraction of the previous amount is only there, or the constant fraction is being eliminated, and this when the body excretes constant fraction in unit time, this kind of elimination is known as first order elimination rate. Okay, regarding this, most drugs in their therapeutic concentration range undergo first order elimination kinetics because they do not saturate the elimination process, because elimination process which involves different enzymes, the blood takes it there to the degrading enzymes, transporters are involved. So in that concentration range in which it is used in the body, these elimination machineries are not fully saturated, they can still do more. That's why the constant fraction is being eliminated. Now you may question me, why the constant fraction, why not not it is degrading completely or 100%. Look, we are this is rate, the body is degrading at constant rate. We are calculating it in time. So at the infinity, it is the body will degrade almost all of it. So for the time being, it is eliminating it as it is the process of elimination is not saturated. That's why the body is eliminating a constant fraction, and in the infinity, in the time infinity, it will completely like eliminate it from the body, because the body is right now for this drug in this therapeutic range capable of excreting everything. I think I have made my point clear here. Now clearance remains constant for the given range. For example, let's look. For example, the drug is this much, 5 milligram per deciliter, and it will clear. It will its clearance, for example, 1 milliliter per minute is and for example the concentration is either 5 milligram per deciliter or the concentration is 10 milligram per deciliter. The body is capable of clearing both. It is more concentrated, there are more molecules, but body will clear them all at both its 1 milliliter per minute. It's different, like here also it is clearance is 1 milliliter, but here the things are more thick or more concentration, but the body is so capable that it is clearing both equally, because body is capable, because it is first order elimination kinetic. This is 10 once again, and this is 5, but the clearance rate is same for both. That means it is it is first order kinetics. Now a constant fraction of the drug present in the body is eliminated in unit time. In unit time, for infinity, for in the after some times it will eliminate everything because it is capable. Now let's see this. What is the difference? Same 10 gram, here it becomes 9 gram, here it becomes 8 gram. Same 300, you increase it to 300, it becomes 299, this becomes 298, 100. So what is the similarity between all the elimination kinetics in all of these drugs? 1, 2, 3, 4 of drug A. That is, constant amount is being eliminated by the body. Why constant only amount? Because this is the maximum the body can do. This is the maximum the body can eliminate. All its saturation machineries, for example, the same transporter, the same enzymes, the blood supply, all are being saturated, and the body is saying, no, I cannot do any more. Okay, this is zero order elimination rate. Zero order elimination rate, only constant amount of the drug is eliminated in unit time. The very good example is ethyl alcohol when consumed faster than 10 gram per hour, because elimination process, transporter, enzymes, blood flow saturates over that rate. So alcohol, which is often consumed at faster than 10 gram per hour, so at this rate the person accumulates the drug in the body. And this is also known as capacity limited, because we saw that only 1 gram is in that in that typical example, only 1 gram was being eliminated because body's capacity is saturated. Clearance decreases with increase in concentration of these types of drugs. I think it is clear. The same thing. Once you increase the body, let's see like this. For example, you have this 5 milligram per deciliter concentration, and this is increased to the 10 milligram per deciliter, and body is clearing at 1 ml per minute. Now when it is increased to 10 milligram per minute, body cannot clear it all. Body will clear only half of it. For example, 0.5 ml per minute. Clearance has decreased because it is not first order elimination rate, it is zero order elimination rate. I think I have made the point clear here. Now, clinical significance of order of elimination rate, you might have guessed it too. Yes, the elimination of some drugs approaches saturation over the therapeutic range, and in other words, the kinetics changes from first order to zero order at higher doses, and as a result, plasma concentration increases disproportionately with increase in dose. Example, phentoin, tolbutamide, which is an anti-diabetic drug, not much used these days. Theophylline and warfarin. Phentoin, theophylline and warfarin. Most of the anti-seizure drugs, they undergo this zero order kinetics from first order kinetics in the therapeutic range. So these drugs are dangerous to be to increase in very short time, because it may accumulate in the body, because the kinetics change from first order to zero order. Now, plasma half-life. Plasma half-life is very simple. It is time taken for its plasma concentration to be reduced to half. Time taken for its plasma concentration to reduce to half of its original value. What is plasma half-life? This is the time taken for its plasma concentration to be reduced by half. Plasma half-life, it must be time. So this is the time for 100 gram per deciliter to convert into 50 gram per deciliter, for example. So this diagram shows, look, this is quite necessary to understand this diagram. We place the drug inside the body, and first the concentration decreases like this. You see, this is the plasma concentration, this is plasma concentration. So here it might be plasma concentration, and it is the time, and this is plotted, this plasma concentration is plotted against the logarithmic value, that is natural logarithmic value, so that we can see that lot of range can be calculated with it, lots of range can be calculated, and on the x-axis it is not in the logarithmic table, it is just like the unit is higher. That means for example, if it is log of 10, then it is 1, then it is 10, it is 100, and it is 10,000. That means that the units are increasing more sharply, and we can calculate the effect of the drug in the larger range. So just like I don't know whether you understood it or not, but the basic thing is here the it is plotted in the log scale, and here it is plotted in the 1, 2, 3 hours, the very same units, the 2, 4, 6 hours only. It is log, it is not log. That's why it is also known as semi-log curve. It is semi because only one side is log, and it is not in the log. So as we can see that the concentration is decreasing here sharply, and here the concentration is not decreasing that sharply. Okay, because this alpha is due to distribution. Look, we place a drug inside, we place something inside this beaker. Okay, for example, this beaker, we place something inside this beaker, and when we place a drug or something soluble inside this beaker, what will happen? It will first distribute, isn't it? It will distribute, it will try to distribute everywhere, isn't it? Distribute, and that's why its concentration sharply decreases for a moment. From here, if you look from here, then its concentration will sharply decrease for a moment. The same thing, our body is also considering it as a beaker. First, the drug concentration sharply decreases because of the distribution, sharply decreases, and that is why it is alpha. And okay, let's forget about alpha, and first it decreases sharply. And as I told you, what is T half life? It is the time taken by the time taken for the concentration to become half, isn't it? So here also we can calculate the T half T half of distribution, which is quite small, I suppose, because the concentration is decreasing due to distribution very fast. So this is distribution T half life. But most of the time we are not concerned about distribution half life. Once it gets distributed well throughout the body, it reaches the metabolizing organ. Most of the time it's liver, and then its concentration will decrease, and this decrease, it is not possible in the beaker, it is only possible in the body. Once it gets distributed throughout the body, it will get to the liver, it will begin to be excreted, and then also its concentration, this is concentration will decrease with time. And as we can see, this is elimination. This is the curve that has resulted its downward slope. It is going downwards because the drug is being constantly eliminated by the eliminating or the metabolizing apparatus of the body, that is kidney most of the time. So as we can see, this is this is concerned about elimination. So let's calculate. So let's see what is the elimination T half life. For example, okay, we have to calculate time. So we have to come from concentration and we have to find out time. So concentration is 16 microgram per ml. Okay, and again it is in log, so it must be greater than that, but anyway it is 16 at 16 at 2 hours, let's suppose 2 hours, and now when it is 8, then at 8 it is at this time. So we calculate this the time in between these two, when it is half, this time it is half from 16, that is 8, and here it is full. So this time must be T half life due to elimination or elimination half life, and this is known as elimination half life. And so you can also calculate the very same from here also. Here also you can calculate 4 microgram per ml, and then again 2 microgram per ml half, and it was when it was after 6 hours, and it was like half was when it was 8 hours. So difference between these 2 hours is 2 hours. So here the T half life due to elimination is 2 hours, and this is T half life. And T half life until otherwise specified is always due to elimination T half life. Now few mathematics, you must have studied it when you are in your plus 2. I don't know how it was calculated, but there might be some complex mathematics involved. So what I do is I remember this only. T half life is equal to log 2, this is natural log divided by elimination rate constant, and this log 2's value is 0.693. elimination rate constant is the fraction of total amount of the drug in the body which is removed per unit time. This is fraction, elimination rate constant, fraction, not it is given not in unit, but because it is fraction of the total amount of the drug in the body which is removed per unit time, and it is calculated by clearance, which unit is liter per minute divided by liter. So the T half life, so this is K, and K's value would be in per minute because it is fraction which has no unit, fraction eliminated per unit time. So obviously the T half life would be 0.693 divided by K. So its unit when it is reversed will be minute. So T half life will be in minute. So in other words, we can also say that T half life is equal to 0.693 into P divided by clearance. Can't we say that? Yes, we can say that, because T half life is, or we can write it like this: T half life is equal to 0.693 divided by V. So this V goes up, therefore 0.693 into B divided by chloride. So once again the writing is quite mess over here, so it's 0.693 into B divided by clearance. So this is the formula for T half life, and please do remember this. I don't know how you remember this, but T half life is equal to 0.693 divided by K, and K is chloride divided by B. I often get confused regarding which is of whether it is clearance or volume. I remember it in two ways. The one way is the K has unit per minute, so to get it per minute you have to put the clearance above and volume below. And in other words, I don't know whether you like it or not, but the other way to remember is K and C are just like Kc, or they come together in my mind, K and Cl, so they are both are above and volume is below. The volume, apparent volume of distribution is below. Okay, now again the same thing has been given here. T half life is equal to log 2 into B divided by clearance. For the first order kinetic, T half remains constant because, as I told you, clearance is constant and volume of constant is, and volume of distribution is also constant. But zero order kinetics, it increases because, as I told you before, as the concentration is increased, clearance decreases. Yes, clearance decreases because body is not capable of clearing everything. So these are some of that the people really want to ask in the exam. I find hard to remember it, but okay, you can remember it like this. Okay, penicillin has least penicillin G has least T half life, that is 30 minutes. Then it is followed by aspirin, and then doxycycline, and then digoxin, phenobarbital, which is also known as phenobarbital, and then it is digoxin, which is 7 days. I don't know how you remember it, but it is asked at times some in exams also. Now, when will the drug be completely cleared from the body? This question is also quite often asked. In one T half life, 50% is gone. You understand it? I know that. And in the next T half life, 25% out of the remaining 50% is also gone. And similarly, if you calculate it, you go on calculating it, in 4 half life, 93.75% is lost, and in the 4 to 5 half life, when you add half of this 6.25 again, then it is regarded as near complete elimination. So it is in 4 to half lives, the drug is completely eliminated from the body. Yes, in 4 to 5 half lives. Okay, thank you. Well, one thing I want to tell you, from now onwards, what you can do is you can simply type this MBBS. No, sorry. You simply type 1 MBBS. Sorry. You type j.mp /1 MBBS, and you can have access to my to all the classes that are taught in the, for example, you have access to this. You see, once again I like to repeat, yes, this is what, j.mp /1 MBBS. So you type this, you copy this, or you can directly type it here also. You can paste, and you said, and you press enter, and it will be, the main folder will come. And this is the last class. Now I'm placing this class also. So you click here and it will download. So it's quite easy. Once again, I say, I'll tell you what it is. The what you have to type is j dot mp slash 1 mbb mbbs. Just type, no www, no capital letter, just type this much. Okay, okay, and press enter. This is what you do, and things will start downloading. Okay, maybe you will have hard time remembering this jump. This is like jump jump, no, jump slash 1 mbbs, and I just replace this u with dot. And this is, since this is for the first year medical people, I tried to write medical, but I couldn't find this word medical, so I did it 1 mbbs, but it is also meant to be for the first year BDS too. So you do this once again, I show you. You copy this, you paste this, paste and go. Okay, it will start downloading. You click here, it will start downloading. I'll paste all my class in this. Okay, like this. Thank you so much.